Is this thing on?
Content creators are modern day slaves. I know that might sound a little dramatic, but is it though? I'm actually referring to what we'll call digital bondage. This video is not coming from a negative space or hating on anyone. This is just my perspective. Let's get into this post that I recently put on my community tab. I realized that I suck at being a content creator. Some days I don't feel like creating and enjoy prioritizing self-care. I prefer to make content that I care about versus trending topics that get pushed through the algorithm. I don't care to obsess about posting every day or at the right time to be seen by more people. I work a full-time job and often enjoy time to myself / silence to decompress. So yes, I do suck at being a content creator. Perhaps I care too much. Perhaps the most successful creators don't care at all. I got a lot of comments on this post and most of them were very encouraging, which I'm super thankful for. But I can tell that there was a disconnect in what I was trying to say. To clarify, I don't think that I make bad content per se. I just don't align with the mold of what we think a content creator or an influencer should be for the following reasons. Reason number one, engagement. As a content creator, you have to dedicate a certain amount of time interacting with people who watch your content and other content creators in order to gain subscribers and followers, and also create a somewhat genuine virtual connection. But here's the thing, I enjoy living life in real life. I love the friends that I have made. I love spending time with the friends that I've made. Nowadays, when I'm on social media, I'm scrolling and I'm like, who are these people? Social media used to be a great way to stay connected with friends and loved ones, but now people show up on my feed who I don't even follow. Don't get me wrong, I understand the importance of networking, but to feel like you have to dedicate hours a day interacting with people who don't really give a about you in real life is kind of draining. It feels shallow, it feels forced, it feels superficial. Reason number two, which is my biggest gripe, is the sense of censorship that happens on social media. My content, which has little to no cursing, no violence, no sexual innuendo, has been flagged on multiple occasions. And content being flagged means that you don't get paid. My humble opinion, which you can let me know if you agree with or not in the comments, is that these social media algorithms pick and choose what content they want to push out. I have noticed three main categories of things that typically go viral. You have your divisive content. This is typically the content that triggers people. It gets a reaction out of them, which leads to spending more time on social media and more engagement because people are arguing back and forth with one another. Right now, the relationship, gender war, male versus female, high value, low value, masculine, feminine, that whole thing, that's huge right now. Next, you have your sexual or provocative content. A lot of people reference OnlyFans, but I think this can extend to a lot of different things. Sensual massages, men wearing gray sweatpants, men with no shirt on, women wearing lingerie. I think you get my drift. And last but not least, we have the shallow or distractive content. And this makes up a large chunk of what we see. Content that provides little value in our lives, but is entertaining, passes time, and serves as a subconscious distraction from the redundant cycle of living a very mundane life. Disclaimer! There are dope platforms out there that share a lot of wisdom that's beneficial in our daily lives. But my observation is that if you want to blow up in 2023 as a content creator, those are typically the types of content that will get you there. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I believe that there is a hidden agenda going on, and social media serves as a distraction while also creating division based on people's social status and class or their values and beliefs. I was listening to a clip from an audiobook and it talked about the differences between deep thinking and shallow thinking. Deep thinking is your ability to separate from social media and other distractions and dedicate a certain amount of time to higher level thinking or higher level learning. And then it talked about shallow thinking, which is what a lot of us are operating on nowadays. And that is where you're using your brain, but not really. It's just kind of coasting. And then they talked about social media usage. This is probably one of the most popular forms of shallow thinking. We have gotten ourselves into the habit of doing this so frequently that our brains are operating at a lower level. In other words, social media is making us stupid. They went on to say that this is a major problem because technology is advancing very fast. AI is developing, and pretty soon AI, artificial intelligence, is going to take over a lot of low-skilled jobs. And because we are so used to shallow forms of thinking, because we're so addicted to social media, there's going to be a lot of people out there who are in trouble because they don't have the knowledge or the skill set to fill these higher level jobs. And that's an even bigger problem because here in the US, we seem to have an addiction to social media that's different than it is in other countries. Did you know that TikTok looks different in China? In China, there's a child-friendly version of TikTok that has a time limit and has educational content, and we have... I feel like that's a rabbit hole that we could spend all day going down, but like I said, hidden agendas. So what do you do with all of this as a content creator? I think that's what a lot of people are trying to figure out. Let's say you make a piece of content that goes viral and your following skyrockets. You now feel a pressure to create the same type of content to keep those people around. Some people rely on the money from creating content to keep their lights on. Others become addicted to the sense of validation and status that comes along with having a larger platform. And for a lot of people, maybe it's a mix of both. I've had numerous conversations with creators who honestly feel stuck. They've kind of pigeonholed themselves into a niche that they don't really identify with, or maybe they've outgrown. But it's what keeps the checks coming in, so that's what they do. At that point, if you're being censored, you feel like you're stuck with creating content that you really don't identify with. How is that any different from waking up and going to a 9-to-5 job that you hate? Digital bondage. Living life in the Matrix. So you might be wondering what that means for me, since I like to refer to myself as a content creator from time to time. Honestly, my plan is the same as it has been from the jump. It is to remain solid and continue to create content that I love and content that I believe in. And I've kind of let go of this idea of blowing up and being a huge creator. If that is what God has in store for me, then that's what it is. But I think that I want to use my platform as a way of finding my tribe. We've talked about the idea of escaping the matrix on my channel before, and I know that there are a lot of other like-minded people out there. We just gotta find each other. I understand that a lot of things that I said today may be a series of unpopular opinions, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you feel where I was coming from, let me know. If you disagree, let me know that as well. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.